today we want to talk to you about some travel tips. If you're first-time solo traveler or just in general a little bit curious about travel tips and stuff, we are here to give you some awesome tips, and let's get started.
Yes. Bring some music with you.
That's actually a good one.
I love listening to music when I'm on a train or a plane or a car or an automobile. Get it? Trains, planes. Okay.
For those of you who don't travel full time, you have like a couple of weeks of vacation a year, so you want to make the most of it, right? So you want to make the most out of it, right? So depending who you're traveling with, you get to do a lot of compromises, and maybe you don't get to see all the things you want to see. So solo travel can actually be amazing in that regard, because you can just do whatever you want, whenever you want, and just go with the flow.
It will also force you to talk to other people.
Yes, yes.
That are not your friends or your family, and it really breaks your comfort zone.
Totally. And that is a good thing. Breaking your comfort zone is something you should always strive for. You're gonna end up with so many awesome memories that don't happen if you just stay with your friends all the time. If you're afraid of being alone and being on your own and you don't know what's gonna happen and you're like far away from home and everything, go stay in hostels and you will never be alone. I promise you. It will be an issue even sometimes. You would want to be alone, but you can't. You will always meet new people. There are so many other people also traveling alone, and then you can always do your own thing or just go with someone else, and usually you have your meals together and everything, so that is a lot of fun. Money, money, money. We're a good team. Any tips on money?
Or make saving? Lots of it.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, when it comes to travel, I don't know, I'm guessing you get this question a lot. How do you afford to travel so much? And it really comes down to what your priorities are. I have friends that are like, hey, how come you got to go to this awesome trip? And then I'll see on their Instagram that they got the latest iPhone, or they got like these cool new headphones or something.
Saving money is all about priorities, right? Because sometimes, for instance, you go to Starbucks and you get yourself a coffee and you think, hey, it's just a coffee. But if you look at your month or your week, you know, all these little things, they add up to so much money that you could like save up to spend on a trip and get awesome memories from, and like have an awesome experience and an awesome time. I think in general you just have to ask yourself, how bad do I really want to travel? If this is really something you want, you can make it happen, and it doesn't matter if you're a student or if there is like a bug in my face, you know.
You can do a shoestring budget and go pretty much anywhere.
Yes.
There's a lot of flexibility as far as like what you can do with prices and deals and going in different seasons and stuff. So it's just a matter of doing the research and being aware of all of those seasons and deals.
If you struggle with saving up money, I would recommend to make a little plan and maybe write down how much money you're gonna need for a certain trip, and then break it down to little goals, because sometimes seeing the big number can be This is what happens when you film outdoors, guys.
I know, but look how pretty it is.
Yeah, it is really pretty. Seeing the big number can be really intimidating and being like, well, I cannot afford that. But then when you break it down to each day and make yourself like a daily saving goal, it's doable. Sometimes it's just like $5 a day or something.
Yeah, what I've seen some people do is physically put the money away.
Yes.
They'll start off with like a penny, and then like every day they just add 10 cents or something like that.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll get to a point where they're saving like $10 in the day.
If you have trouble speaking like I do.
If you have travel.
If you have travel troubles. If you have trouble saving money because you find yourself like spending money on, I don't know, whatever it is that you like spending money on, I started to ask my question every time before I buy something, do I really need it? Is it something I really need, or is it just something I want? And basically almost like 99% of the time I had to tell myself, you don't need this, you really don't. It kind of keeps me from doing that step of actually buying the thing, because I know already in the back of my head you don't really need this and you're gonna regret it even maybe afterwards, because you could have spent the money on travel. Yeah. So just ask yourself, do you really need that new purse or the new pair of shoes? I mean, even though I love shoes actually, but accommodation, a roof over your head.
For some of you who maybe are a little bit more I forgot what I was gonna say, the how do you say it, you know, when a girlfriend is like demanding, but not demanding, like what's it called, like high maintenance. Okay, high maintenance. I know the words, I know vocabulary. You can cut all that out and I'll look real smart. For those of you who are a little bit more high maintenance, you have to be a little bit more understanding when you go to countries that might not necessarily have the commodities that you are used to. For instance, traveling to Cuba, there are not a lot of the same commodities that you might find if you go to New York, for example. Yeah. So it's two very different experiences, and both of them are equally as awesome and as fun.
Think about your expectations when you go travel, because it doesn't have to be a 5-star hotel every time to have a good time. If you do want to have like a little bit more luxurious experience, try to save that up for the end of your trip. If you plan on getting a nice hotel, which is totally fine if you want that and you can afford that, just do it at the end of the trip and try to still experience like the raw, very maybe basic kind of travel as well. You're gonna have a different experience, and you're also gonna meet more locals that way, I have the feeling, because usually in the big hotels and the big kind of, yeah, like resorts and stuff, it's not really the real cultural experience you're getting. It's all made for tourists.
Yes, it's very sheltered.
Yeah.
Even going to like the Bahamas or Jamaica or something, where obviously everybody wants to go to a resort and they just want to go to the beach. I mean, those islands, like, it's not just about going to the beach. No. Those people have a culture too.
Yeah. And you're missing out on so much if you don't take the time to get to know that culture.
Try to not get all-inclusive resorts. I know that the deal kind of seems really great, but at the end of the day, you're gonna actually be paying for more money. Why are you gonna pay all this money to go to Jamaica, for example, and then not go to a local restaurant where you're gonna get real Jamaican food and get the experience? But if that is the kind of travel that you're interested in, then there's nothing wrong with that.
Of course not, no.
And if you can afford it, that's great.
Enjoy.
Good for you. But as we said, it is good to experience both sides of it. So if you can stay at a local hotel or, you know, do something that's a little bit more local, then I would recommend doing that so you get both sides of the picture.
Yeah, exactly. Travel essentials. I bring coconut oil everywhere I go, because for me, coconut oil, or I buy it wherever I go, it depends where I'm traveling to, because I use it as a makeup removal, I use it as a moisturizer for my skin, and if I get burnt, like if I burn my skin, I put on coconut oil. I put it in my hair. I basically use it for everything.
Wow, do you smell like coconut?
I am a coconut.
You are? One that is an essential for me is makeup remover wipes, because if I am wearing makeup, it keeps my face clean. I'll just clean it off. Or if I do, like, I've actually had to use it like actually on the camera lens, like sometimes, or like
something I bring on every trip with me is the microfiber towels, because they dry really fast. They don't weigh anything. And yeah, you can stuff them anywhere in your backpack. They don't take up a lot of space.
That is super duper important, even if you are staying in a luxurious like hotel, because if you decide to go out on a boat or something like that, I've had it to use it before, like on my camera or things like that, where I might have gotten like splashes of water. You keep going out of frame.
I'll do. We are moving.
It's your channel.
It's mine. I'm here.
If you do want to have a day pack, one that I can recommend is the Matador one. By the way, this isn't sponsored. but Matador has a little packable one. It literally, it's like, it folds up to this size. I'm not even joking. It's like this size. And when you open it up, it's like an 18-liter like backpack. Aside from that, there's also packable jackets. I got one from Uniqlo, and it folds up to like about this.
That's awesome.
This big. It's pretty good. Like it's pretty warm.
See, there you go. Another useful tip from Red Romina. Alright guys, so that was it. I really hope that these tips were useful for you. Don't forget ever, if you have any questions, leave your comments down below and let us know. We are very happy to answer your questions always, all the time, wherever you are, wherever you're from. I really hope you enjoyed that. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps my channel. And if you want, click the little notification bell next to the subscription button. Click the notification bell next to the subscription button so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. We also did a really funny video on her channel. You have to check it out. What is your channel?
Red Romina.
Yes, go check her out. I'm gonna leave the links down below and I'm gonna leave her lovely face somewhere at the end of this video so you can go click on it and you can go subscribe to her because she makes awesome funny travel videos as well and she's just a lovely person. So do that please. Yes, and that was it for today. I would say have a lovely day guys, have a wonderful week and I'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.